That's good. See, I'm so new to this, I didn't realize that it had to be on seal. So I just sealed it, and now it'll come up to temperature. We're slow. Even if I am down and out and under the weather, I still have to have my coffee. But what I don't want is all that dairy, which will produce a lot of in the lungs and in the sinuses. So I've decided to make a non-dairy creamer with split peas and coconut milk. Now, if you've ever heard of Ripple, the non-dairy creamer or non-dairy milk, it's made with split peas and it's all the rage. But I don't want to spend that much money, so I decided to develop my own recipe. But my recipe includes coconut milk, so we get that deep, rich flavor that goes so well with coffee. Now, I've tried oat milk, soy milk, almond milk, all of those, but I haven't found the creamer that I like best in my coffee. Now, I started making non-dairy creamers and milks when I saw an episode by Mike Monson on Monson Made This, where he made an oat milk that looked delicious. The only problem was it was a little viscous and it seemed to sink to the bottom. Now for Mike on Monson Made This, this was okay because he was using it in a iced coffee, and for it to float down to the bottom looked beautiful in his cup. However, we're in Minnesota and it's cold and we need hot coffee, and putting that oat milk into our hot coffee, it just didn't seem to do it. So I thought I needed to do something else, and I think I found the perfect recipe. For this recipe, you'll need 1 cup of yellow split peas, 7 cups of water, 3 to 4 tablespoons of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of a mild flavored oil, a half cup of coconut milk, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and a half teaspoon of xanthan gum. You'll also need some specialized equipment. You'll need a pressure cooker and a high-speed blender. Come up to temperature and then it'll start counting down. You got to make sure to have it on seal and walk away. I can hear it starting to make some noise now, so I know it's coming up to temperature, and in a few minutes it'll start to count down, and then it'll have the cooling process where it lets off its steam naturally. See, I'm so new to this, I didn't realize that it had to be on seal. So I just sealed it, and now it'll come up to temperature. We're slow. So we'll be back in 10 minutes. We're at 8 minutes. So the bell just rang. Those 10 minutes are up, and now what we need to do is wait for it to naturally release. So normally somebody would turn this to vent, and then it would steam out. but we're going to let it naturally release, and when it is done, I should be able to move the lid. So that should take another half hour or so. Okay, so as far as I can tell, it's naturally released. I turn it to vent and no steam comes out. So what that means is I should be able to open it up easily, just like that. And there we have our split pea soup. Now we're gonna let this cool with the lid off for a while. That's another 15 minutes. And then we'll get started on making our non-dairy creamer. Okay, we got this cooled down, and now what we're gonna do is add this to the Vitamix with 4 cups of water and blend it on high for 2 minutes. Split peas and 4 cups of water. Now we're going to take this out, strain it through a nut bag into a bowl, and then we'll get on to the next process. So this process can be quite messy, but it's all worth it. You're going to need a nut milk bag, some gloves, and a big bowl. Let's get those gloves on. And your nut milk bag, open it up. At this point, this smells quite beany, but coconut milk will help take that out. Okay, this can be quite the process, so be patient. All right, I just do this like I'm milking a cow. Of course, I've never milked a cow before, but we're trying to get all the liquid out and leave the solids in there. It takes a little bit. I can tell you it can be tedious. We'll be back when we're all done. Okay folks, I will tell you I had to switch bags halfway through because the other one had a hole in it, and therefore I had to start all over. So this is taking a little bit longer than I expected. I will tell you this, that this is the most tedious part, is separating the liquid from the solids, and I'm sure there's another way to do this, but this is the way I've been doing it since I started making plant-based milks. So I don't mind it. You just have to have a little bit of time and a little bit of patience. Almost down to the end. I think that's it. Feels mostly like solids in there now. So we'll put that off to the side and I'll show you what's in here. Okay, so what we have here is 3.5 to 4 cups of pea curd, I'll call it. We may need to add a little bit of water to this, but we're going to put this back in the blender. We're going to add all of the other ingredients, and we're going to see how thick it is. If it's too thick, we'll just add a little bit of water. Now this is a cup of coconut milk, but we're only going to add half of that. A little bit more. And if we want a little bit more, we have more to add. 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. 2 tablespoons of oil. This is a grapeseed oil. That's to emulsify and to keep it together after we've blended it. 2 tablespoons of vanilla. A half teaspoon of xanthan gum. And I'm going to go ahead right now and add a half cup of water just to thin that out a little. I forgot to add the salt. We want a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We want salt. I'm going to put a 1/4 teaspoon. And blend this just a little bit more. That's good, but it's a little thick. So I'm going to add another half cup of water. And let it go just enough for it to get blended in. There we go. Well, here's the taste test. Here's my coffee. Here's my creamer. Oh, nice and perfectly. Oh, look at that. Frothy and gorgeous. I may even want a little more. That is perfect. It tastes like international coffees. You know, that non-dairy creamer? Oh, delicious. That's good. Well, here it is, my non-dairy creamer made from split peas and coconut milk. I hope you get a chance to try this. It's another step towards a plant-based diet for Troy and I have been working around the clock to figure out recipes where we can move away from animal products and move into the plant-based realm. I really hope you enjoyed what you saw, and if you did, make sure you like and subscribe. And don't forget to comment, but most of all, please share, 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 share. That's how I get my message out to the world. Thank you so much. And make sure you ring that bell so I can let you know when I'm coming back in your kitchen. Bye-bye!